Alignment to the light brings you into the light and thus makes you enlightened, does it not? So let's all get in the light and get lit. Hello, I am Brother Bear. Welcome to Space for the Mind. As we sit at the dawn of the next solstice, moments before the gate is truly open, readying ourselves for the longest day of the year and the start towards the shortest day, I am reminded of what light and darkness means to me. Without each, the other is meaningless and could not exist. And for this reason, we can use this duality to our benefit if we know how. Light carries within it the energy of life. All life originates from the one source, the sun as the original source of all light and energy and life. So at this time of year, we would do well to take the time to use our light, our divine light, to search out the darkness or the shadows within, to reflect, heal, and remember. Shining our light into our darkness, we find the shadows within, the unresolved past traumas, negative emotions, and unconscious patterns that do not serve us. And it is the time to recognize those people in our lives that trigger us and remind us of what is still unresolved, what negative thoughts and unhealthy patterns that are not serving our highest path. As we also remind ourselves that the light we see within is the divine light of the great Creator, the Great Spirit, and this spark of light that all living beings carry is proof that we are all connected on this earth and all rely on the same one source of light from the great sun. So it is very poignant that we come together at this time to celebrate the longest day, the day with the most light. And it is in this celebration that we will take a journey today into a much revered ceremony of the Inca tribe from Peru that worshipped the sun and built temples to hold their precious ceremonies. Today we will take part in the ceremony of Solstice at the temple of Machu Pichu in the highest mountains of Peru, a temple that was built from the rock of the very mountain the temple sits upon, a temple that took nearly 100 years to build and was built to honor the exact timing and alignment of the sun at the two most important times of the year in the solar cycle, solstice and equinox. The great altars in the sky that stand proudly, the priests and priestesses that hold the ceremonies, and the participants that are chosen to participate and benefit from the alignment to the sun at this most sacred place on the earth. The highlight of the ceremony is the exact time when the sun comes into alignment with the sacred golden disc. There is a huge golden disc that represents Inti, the Inca sun god. When the sun aligns itself, the rays are captured by the huge golden disc on solstice, and it is at this precise time that it is said that they capture the sun's true essence and magic, and anyone present who witnesses this phenomenon can increase their spiritual powers tenfold, including being able to understand the future. The sun's rays would align with specific structures during sunrise, creating a golden pathway towards the temple of the sun. This alignment would occur as the sun rises directly above Huayna Picchu, casting parallel shadows across the main plaza, which happens around 5:30 to 6 a.m. So please get yourself ready, close your eyes, as we begin the story that becomes our own journey. The ceremony of Inti Raymi, the awakening of the inner sun. I arrived just before dawn. The slow, somber walk up the mountain path in sacred and golden silence. Anticipation and exhilaration running through my body that I had been chosen, and that somehow I always knew that I would have been chosen to attend a sacred sun ceremony here at Machu Picchu. As I slowly climbed the steep path, the thoughts of my life, the difficulties I am enduring, my hardships, all flooding my mind, all seemingly as hard as this climb was starting to become. At times the path leveled off and became easier, and my breathing became easier and more even, although the air started to thin as we climbed higher still. The air up here felt clearer, sharper, and somehow it did have more energy in it, for which I was grateful, as it seemed to help fuel my body to manage the climb up. They said if I focused on the energy in the air that this would happen. Walking in a line, with only 20 of us chosen this time, the only instructions given at the foot of the mountain were to walk in sacred silence and to think upon the areas of your life that needed help, that needed light. What parts of our lives did not seem to have the magical flow that the elders had? The elders with those twinkling, magical eyes. You could tell they'd been touched by the sun. You could always tell. And the thoughts kept coming. My parents that loved me, but not the way I wanted. How misunderstood I felt by people, by my family, my work. How I wished it brought me more fulfillment, more happiness, more joy. My life needed improving. I had many good things going on, but we were told to just bring to mind the areas that we wanted to improve. Oh yes, my body, my health. This really needed work. Ah yes, of course, that negative thought that always comes in the back door of my mind. Why did I always put myself down and compare myself to others? And the thoughts kept coming. With each step, another honest appraisal of my life blasted my mind and showed me how it was holding me back. Like a straitjacket, my arms held tight. I was looking forward to somehow letting go of these painful parts of myself. I could see myself as a phoenix rising from my own ashes. The ashes from my own despair and anxiety and pain, confusion and reluctance towards life. They said, if I was open and honest with myself, that this was possible. And so I kept on. Ruminating and reflecting in silence, each step bringing me closer to my salvation. Or so I hoped. Then suddenly I looked up after we were walking for what seemed like hours. I saw the ancient tops of Huayna Picchu in the distance, and I knew we were there. Ahead of me, great sacred stones as tall as trees flanked either side, creating a path of such magnificence it took my breath away. These great stones stood silently, bathed in the cool lavender of twilight, holding the wisdom of the mountain within each. There was a breathless hush held by the land, as if even the earth itself were waiting. My heartbeat in rhythm with the sacred mountain's silence. My gut felt a powerful force start to activate within, as I felt I was being drawn forward by something far older than my own remembering. I had journeyed for 3 days to witness the sun return, not just to the sky, but to my soul. All around me, pilgrims had travelled, and as we gathered, I noticed that some were in vibrant, woven ponchos, while others wore white. No one spoke. Even the children, wide-eyed with excitement, held their tongues in reverence. As I looked beyond our temple, I could see we were at the top of the sacred Apu, the mountain they called Machu Pichu, or the Old Man Mountain. There were many mountaintops all around us, and it felt as if we were cradled by all of the Andes, held like children in the arms of our mountain mother. I felt safe and protected. A line of priestesses, dressed in long, flowing gowns of white and red, moved gracefully through the gathering crowd. Their feet, almost gliding, made no sound on the earth, but the fragrance of burning copal followed them like a spirit. They carried small bowls of petals, yellow, crimson, deep violet, and with each step they scattered them across the path leading to the golden disc. I had heard of the golden disc. I'd spent many hours imagining its splendor and magnificence, but in real life, it was truly most spectacular. I wondered, seeing it in the flesh, if it really contained the power of the sun, how much it was really capable of, and if the legends were true, that each time the sun kissed its golden surface at this sacred time of the year, all those who could bathe in its reflection would feel the power of the sun running through their veins. Was I really here? Tall, circular, gleaming, a radiant mirror to the sun itself, this disc suspended between two stone columns like the gateway to another world. It shimmered faintly even before the sun touched it, gold so pure in colour it seemed alive. The patterns of Inti, our sun god, emboldened within its design, each line and curve representing elements of mystery and magic. They say that this golden disc was a gift from the star people, that it was not from this earth, but a gift to aid our connection to the magical flow of all life in our universe, and to keep us connected to our own earth, to our own Pachamama. We had to stand a set distance away, as it was said that the power would be too much for us, unlike the priestesses who were able to hold the energy, even more so than the priests. But all agreed on one thing: when the solstice light strikes it, something ancient awakens, not just in the land, but in us. As I moved forward, I found a small rise in the earth where I could sit cross-legged, my poncho pulled tightly around my shoulders. I breathed the thin air and reminded myself of the energy of the Apu air, and found my heart responding well. My heartbeat calmed as each breath slowed to become a prayer. Around me, people closed their eyes and began to hum soft notes. No melody, just vibration, the music of soul memory. I joined them. It rose and fell like wind in tall grass, weaving us together like threads on a loom. This was our way to wake up our spirits and connect. Then from the heart of the ceremonial circle, the high priestess stepped forward. She was old and radiant, with eyes that held both starlight and time. She lifted her staff to the sky and began to speak in Quechua, her voice low and strong, calling to Inti, the sun spirit, to rise and bless his children once more. Her words felt like they passed through me, though I didn't understand their meaning, but my soul stirred with remembrance. Then the drums began. Soft, heartbeat rhythms at first, slow and steady. Echoes of Pachamama, the Earth Mother, speaking back to the sky. With each beat, I felt my body relax, soften, and surrender. We all went into a trance as we allowed our hearts to tune in and feel the rhythm of the drums. My mind floated. My body evaporated. And the ceremony continued to the beat of the drum. Let the light come in, the inner voice whispered. Let it find me. And then, as if the entire world had taken one great breath, the sun crested the horizon. Golden light spilled over the mountaintops, slow and molten, kissing every face in its path. And as it climbed, it slowly formed a path along the sacred stone path that leads to the altar of the sky. And finally, the rays climb up and meet the golden disc. And for one breathless instant, the entire field was bathed in pure, radiant light. The disc blazed, a light bright like the sun itself. Not harshly, not like fire, but like a memory of heaven. Light reflected outward in a radiant arc, passing through us like water through reeds. I gasped as it struck my chest, my heart, my soul, and then it happened. Something ancient opened inside me. And then the I became you, and you became the all. All fears fall away. Only stillness, warmth, and the vast presence. And then the world dissolved. Not into darkness, but into brilliance. When the sun's reflection struck the golden disk, it became more than light. It became a doorway, a portal, a magical opening. Feel yourself lift from the earth. Know your body remains still and firmly on the ground as you rise up. The hum of voices and drums fade until all that remain is a pulsing, golden sound like a huge singing bowl ringing in the air. The air is filled with this sound reverberating across the mountain tops, resonating with every cell in your body, rising and falling like waves across the great sea of spirit. High angelic voices, sounds so magical and light, orchestral overtones of the highest frequency, soothing your body. Feel your body as it bathes in this pure ecstasy of sound. Feel as though you are floating on waves of sound and light. Even though your eyes are closed, your mind can see clearly. In your mind's eye, see yourself standing or floating within a vast chamber of light. Not stone, not sky, but something between. There are huge columns of light that travel upwards that never seem to end. The walls almost transparent and yet shimmering, pulsing softly like the inside of a great heart. Symbols etch themselves in gold across the air, not letters, but living patterns, spirals, jaguars, condors, suns, serpents, ancient spirits speaking through form. Feels like a blessing. The serpent, whispering wisdom of the earth. Release. Shed your old skin. You are not who you were. You are ready to embrace your fullness. Stand tall, let go and renew. Allow that to wash over you. Breathe that in and let it go. As you let go of all that is not serving your highest frequency of being. The puma, bringing you courage. Stand tall in your truth. You are strong and powerful. I am with you always now. We are now and forever connected. Allow that to wash over you. Breathe that in and let it go. As you let go of all that is not serving your highest frequency of being, as you step into courage. The condor lifts you up. Rise above the illusion. See with spirit's eye. Allow that to wash over you. Breathe that in and let it go. And then allow the silence to be. Listen to this great silence. See it not as empty, but full. In this silence, feel something awaken within your chest. Breathing into it, into your heart. Feel that warmth, a flicker of light, small at first, then expanding like a sunrise in your heart. And then when you are ready, look down. There, emerging from your chest, see it, a golden thread emerging from your chest, glowing softly. See it pulsing in rhythm with the sun. Know that your soul and the great sun are sharing a single breath. See that thread rising upward, not outward, connecting not to the sky but to something above that is also within. And as you follow this golden sun-kissed magical thread, not with movement, but with your awareness, see yourself rising up, higher and higher. And as you rise, the world falls away below you. And as you ascend and continue to rise up, feel the layer of the old you falling away, each layer disintegrating, detaching, old stories, small fears, forgotten wounds. Like mist in the morning light, they simply dissolved. And as they dissolve, a new energy replaces the old. There is lightness and clarity. There is gentleness, and there is joy. And now you begin to remember, not events, but truths. You know now that you are the light. You are love. You are whole. And then a voice, not heard but felt, coming from within the light. You are ready. You are ready. You are ready. And now as you open up your awareness, feel every cell in your body opening and responding. And when you are ready, allow in the light. This is the moment you came for. Allow in that pure golden light. See it pouring in, pure energy, pure wisdom, pure healing. All this goodness and light pouring into every cell of your body, into your whole being, not from above, but from within. Feel that golden energy flowing into your body, flowing through your body, passing through you. through your spine, through your limbs, through your breath, through your fingertips. See your whole body as a glowing mass of golden God energy. Feel your whole body alive, a powerful force igniting every dormant cell, healing every part of your soul, golden godlike energy, sun, pure sun energy flowing and pulsating, not a light that is bright, but a light that is full of knowing. And now in your mind's eye, see yourself as looking through new eyes. Eyes that have a knowing. Imagining the eyes that you see the world with are new eyes. They are eyes that know. See through your knowing eyes. And as you look out through your new knowing eyes, see not only visions, but visions that could become. Take a moment to feel into these new eyes of yours, connected to this magical sense of knowing. Think upon what you wish to create at this powerful time. Use your light, use your heart, and feel your vision filled with joy. See through your knowing eyes and know it shall pass. Know that it has happened. It has already come to pass in the future, for it is real. Know this and it shall be true. So go forward now and create your vision. What is it you wish to bring into life? There is that voice again, that voice within that is somehow all around you echoing. Go now. Your light is now connected, and the sacred light of Inti is within you. Know that your every breath becomes creation, and know that your heart is like a wand. Know that. Know that the light did not give you power. It reminded you that you always had it. Feel that deep sense of being home, that you have remembered who you truly are, that the light has returned to you, and you have returned to your true self. Feel your heart bursting full of gratitude. The legends are true. They are not myths and stories to entertain, but to carry hope and guide us in this life. Filled with joy, with that, everything starts to fade. And you begin to descend in your mind. You start to gently float down, not falling, but grounding. Slowly, slowly, gently floating down. The symbols fade. The chamber dissolves. The columns are fading. And once again, you are on the sacred mountain by the sun temple of Machu Picchu. Around you, the crowd is silent. The drumming has stopped, and in this silence holds within it the magnitude, the weight of all that has just passed, this truly monumental and galactic event, still echoing in the gentle breeze, in the soft shrills of the birds as they start to come back to life. As you look around in awe and wonder, you see that all are filled with this immense reverence, all struck by this greatness. Everyone is now so different. You are all changed. You can see the eyes of all the others, all alive with a brightness and a life force that carries deep knowing and wisdom. Everyone's bodies glimmering in the morning sun, and even though the sun's rays are full of its usual brilliance, there is this magical shimmering all around the temple grounds. The air is thick with energy, the particles in the air still charged and alive. And as each person opens their eyes, tears start to flow. Others are smiling, huge smiles that beam, while others are just sitting in stillness, hands pressed on their hearts or on the ground. We are all one. That sense of oneness, togetherness, it was so tangible, so real in that moment. And we all feel it, the camaraderie. We had all been kissed by the gods and survived, blessed and reminded of who we each are. The golden disc no longer glowed with the fire of the sun, but it shimmered faintly, as if winking, as if to say, "You saw me not with your eyes, but with your soul." The drums quiet now, are replaced by a single flute. Its song like wind, like memory, like a lullaby for the soul. A wave of gratitude and respect and reverence takes over your body, and you place your hands on the earth and bow low, not just to the sun, or the disc, or the ancient stones, but to the light within you, to the source of light on earth, our beloved Inti, the sun god, and of course, to the Great Spirit in the sky. And now we will gently bring this journey to an end. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath, allowing the breath to move in and out of your body. Feel the breath moving softly in and out, like the gentle tide moving in and out of your body. And as you start to tune in and feel your body, tune in and see yourself floating just above your body, waiting to drop back in. But before you do, know that you are returning and that you are not the same. You have been touched by the light, not just from the sun above, but from the sun within. Breathe into the new, powerful, all-knowing you. Know that you have the courage of the jaguar, the wisdom of the serpent. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and see the world again through your new, knowing eyes. Thank you for taking this journey with me. I am Brother Bear. I look forward to our next journey.